Hello my gorgeous peopleini, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are for the earth signs of the zodiac. So these are Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, and it's in between the 31st of January and the 6th of February 2022. So this weekly horoscope tarot card forecast is for Taurini, Virgolini and Capricornius, and it's in between the 31st of January and the 6th of February 2022. And I'm going to start with my gorgeous Taurus, my gorgeous Taurinis. Do you know what? It's like the week it's going to start like a little bit strange and a little bit unusual, you see. Well, you need to remember that, you know, it is like basically try to be aware of the certain disagreement with someone, okay? The certain disagreement with someone is going to bring like maybe like the really negative side of you out, but you need to pay attention to the actual balance, and you need to remember what am I going to say, because this is going to bring a really important moment, okay? It's going to open your eyes and it's going to remind you of a specific part of your life that you will feel a very strong connection to, and you will not want to make the same mistake again. So this little bit disagreement with someone, it's gonna happen with you feeling this very strong energy. And when people have a very strong and negative energy, they're capable of so much when it comes to like placing their opinions, you know, right in front of you and stealing your energy in such a way, because when they're so strong, when they're so negative, you know, the energy takes over in that particular way. On one hand, we can't believe that they're so weird and negative, but then on another hand, that same energy, it's very kind of manipulating us in a very negative way. So this is going to really nicely actually going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you aware of things that you haven't been aware of before. But most importantly, most significantly, you will not want to make the same mistake again. You know, there is something that you're going to find like a little bit difficult about, you know, after that moment in time, because this is going to require from you to change certain things about your current path in order to get where you want to get. The key here, the essence here is to trust yourself, trust your intuition, and you strictly 1,000,000%, 100%, especially when it comes to this week, you just come up with your own ideas about everything. You come up with, you follow your own realization. You must trust yourself, because this is all gonna lead towards, my God, like a really important decision that you're going to make. And that decision is at the same time going to create the biggest development of your life when it comes to your personal promotion, when it comes to you going on the next step, when it comes to you going on the next stage, next level of your life. This is going to be really important, because it's at the same time going to create a rebirth. By the time you get to your own rebirth, you're going to feel an inspiration like a big mama. It's going to be undeniable. And even more importantly, by the time you get to the actual midweek, you know, you are gonna have a very, very important information. And the information that you're going to have, there are going to be so many elements around it. They're going to be so mind-blowing, and they're going to be unbelievable. And that information, it's nothing to do with your life in general, but it's to do with so many things on the outside that have been affecting your life. But this information is going to open your eyes, and it's pretty much so also to do with you becoming so much more wiser, like, oh my God. But it's also going to lead towards a moment of justice. You're going to find this something so rewarding here, but that is going to be very personal to you. But on another hand, this is not going to have nothing to do with your personal situation, but this was affecting your life. It was affecting your decisions. It was affecting your way of thinking. It was affecting who you are. It was affecting your personal vibration. It was affecting your spirituality. Sometimes people have no idea how important it is for us to be spiritual spiritual as we possibly can, but allowing ourselves to live our lives the way we want to live our lives. Do not give your power away. Do not give your power away. And you give your power away by doing things that just don't make sense to you, but you're still doing them. Listen to things that don't make sense to you, but you're still doing them. Following things that don't make sense to you, but you're still doing them. On top of that, it's just all draining your energy, and it's just putting you in a little corner. And now it's enough of that little corner. Now you're coming out of that corner. So it's all about you finding this very rewarding. There is a very kind of unique inspiration that you're going to have here, and this is going to mean to you so much, because it's going to almost bring like a self-satisfaction into your life. But at the same time, it's the advice that you are going to get roughly at around the same time. There is going to be the advice that you're also going to get. This advice is going to come from someone very special, someone very unique in your life, someone very prominent in your life, and they're going to point something out at you, and this is the path that is just suddenly going to shine really bright. And if they pinpointed this to you like 2 weeks ago, you would be like, no baby, no. But now this is going to be a big mama moment, because it's going to be determination that you're going to feel. But it's not going to happen straight away. It's going to happen within the next 2 or 3 days. It's just like, oh my God, you're just going to wake up one morning and it's just this mind-blowing determination. In the morning it's going to come to you. 2 or 3 days later, you're going to open your gorgeous eyes, and in the morning something is just going to come to you, and you will know that there was a very strong correlation, okay, with everything that was happening here. And you know, the advice that you got, this you're gonna need to take like about 2 or 3 days to process. So by the time, you know, you process this, you're gonna see this in a whole new light, and it's gonna bring you determination. It's gonna bring you like a very powerful initiative into your life, which is on one hand going to give you control over those things in life that you didn't have control over the last 11 months. But at the same time, it's gonna bring you this force, activity, inspiration. Just pay attention that there is a very specific part of your life that it's going to be calling you. This is to do with who you are. This is to do with things that you love doing, and this is also to do with the neglected part of your life that you just have to throw yourself in right now, baby. You will know what am I talking about, because you're going to feel the power, and that same power, it's going to be directly responsible for the success that is going to be obvious at around May and June 2022. It's gonna really pretty much so, it's gonna make your financial situation so much more powerful and flow again really nicely. But at the same time, even more importantly, this is gonna rejuvenate you and make you like want more out of life, because what didn't make sense before, now you will have now this is gonna, you know, become obvious. So it's pretty much so you will want to avoid the part of your life that was just pretty much so slowing you down and making you feel really negative and making you feel like your hands are tied behind your back. So you're gonna find yourself on a deep spiritual quest, and at the same time, by the time you get to the actual last part of this week, you know, it's just basically you are gonna you know, pretty much so you're gonna be able to see things that you didn't see before. You're gonna be able to read in between the line, and that in itself, it's pretty much so going to you know, like make you realize you will find yourself on a certain crossroads. And it's very interesting the way, if you have found yourself on this crossroads like a few months ago, again, you would just choose the wrong one, wrong path, or you would just be like, oh no baby, no, you know. But now you're going to be so sharp, so quick, because there is an experience that you're going to have, that you've learned so far, that it's going to be direct reflection of everything that is going to happen at the end of this week. So this is why you're going to very sharply and very nicely and very beautifully respond to this, and that in itself, it's going to become the time of your personal transition, the beginning of change, the beginning of you just, my Lord, you will just want to really flip-flop moment, spiritual flip-flop moment. Suddenly you will have all this energy and vibration to change your life. Just remember, your mind, your thinking process, this is your energy, this is who you are. You're projecting this around you within your vibration, but you're also projecting this towards the universe. I'm saying this because it's a very powerful time of your personal manifestations, So throughout the whole week, if I was you, my gorgeous Taurinis, I would stay as optimistic as possible, as positive as possible, because it's all about what is going to happen at the end of the week and the power that you're going to have in order to respond. And it's going to be different that you would normally respond to. It's all about you reversing your life, changing your life, paying attention to the things that became very stale and boring. By the same time, you know, the realization, what do you need to abandon in your life? It's to do with a little sacrifice, but then again, that sacrifice is all about the certain readjustment that is going to lead towards your own rebirth. But it is going to reflect on your home, you coming home to yourself, you feeling it again, you know. By the same time, it's going to bring you happiness, joy, pleasure, and a huge massive change, big change when it comes to your home. And this is what should be changes. This is the place where we should be happy. This is the place where we should be like really manipulating our energy in the best possible way. So this is brilliant. It's all going to reflect on you paying attention to what big change within your home environment, you know, within your family, within your home environment, that you need to actually make. There is also going to be very interesting idea that you're actually going to have at the same time. You know what I want to say to you? This is the time when you're going to finally move beyond current challenges. The challenges that you are going to have, you will be able to win over. You will be able to move over, you know, move beyond. But then at the same time, because of the strong power of manifestation, you just need to remember to focus on those things that you desire. The more you do this, the more magnetic you're going to be. The more you do this, the more ideas you're going to have. The more you do this, the more powerful you're going to be. The more you do this, the more control over your life you're actually going to have. Make the most of it, my gorgeous Taurinis, please. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Taurinis. Cecilia. This one came out. Look at this one. Look. And of course it's like, oh my God, my Lord, look at this. Look at this thing here. And this is a very strong sign, and it is a very strong indication that this is coming to an end. Something very kind of unusual, very strange, and very bizarre, a very kind of like a weird part of your life. It's coming to an end. But before that happens, you know, it's all about you reaching this very powerful moment of your own enlightenment. And you will see how powerful you are. You will see that all along the power was in here. Your vibration is in here. Do not lock yourself in here. You need to let yourself out. So you will see that there is a huge, massive, big mama problem. Big banana problem is coming to an end. And this big mama, big banana problem that is actually coming to an end, it's at the same time going to bring the whole world of possibilities, you know, like very soon after that moment in time. But most importantly, it's about your power, it's about your strength, and it's about you allowing yourself to be you. You will see that there was a very annoying obstacle that was really bringing you down for so long, that the answer is within you. You know the answer and you know what to do. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card, my gorgeous Taurinis. Okay, gosh, Cecilia, my Lord. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle this oracle card, my gorgeous Taurini. Look at this intention. Oh my God. It's all about your intention. It's intentions. It's all about your manifestation. You are going to create something big this week, but all through your own intention. But it's going to come from the part of your life that you feel very passionate about. This is the intention that I'm talking about. This is going to at the same time open you up quite a lot. Look, you will feel this so strongly at around the midweek. You're going to feel very, very inspired by your own achievement. this is the key, the spiritual key, where this is actually going to be, what this is actually going to be around, a very important intention you're going to create. The beginning of manifestation is going to start. That's why you need to make the most of it. You will surprise yourself in the best possible way as well. And when you surprise yourself, you know, there are going to be some very important desires that you're also going to realize that they are exclusively meant to be the part of your spiritual journey. I don't know what was that meant to be, part of your spiritual journey. Okay, so now I'm just gonna have a little bit of water. Who is next? Virgolini is next, of course. You see, I need to have a little bit of water. Cecilia, na 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 na. I'm sorry. You can hear me drinking water, can't you? I need water because my throat just goes so dry, you know. But then now, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Virgo. Sorry, I don't know what that was. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Virgolini. You know, like, oh my God, it's like you just have to kind of cool yourself down a little bit. I think that you have been maybe around people lately that just couldn't understand you, and because you're so intense, you're so beautiful, you're so powerful, you're so deep, you're so different, you're so impossible not to notice. Your energy is like remarkable, very strong, very unique, but sometimes people can take you in the wrong way. And I think that maybe you have been like kind of observing the wrong people, or maybe like you have been around certain people over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and maybe they completely kind of took you in the wrong way. And I would really kind of want you to understand that they kind of misunderstood you, or one person misunderstood you. It's about this misunderstanding because you're so deep, and maybe you were like observing someone and they like kind of took in the wrong way. So it's not to do with the people who are nasty or people who are horrible, but they're just not as powerful as you are when it comes to your own personal essence. So you can project your energy in so many different ways, but it's not that everybody is going to be able to understand the actual intensity of it. Maybe they just don't have so much life experience as yourself. Maybe they just can't understand you because you're way too complex for them. But most certainly, try to find this like a bit of a challenge, and try to kind of see who this is, and make a little edit in your life where you can just give a little bit of your energy and attention towards this person or these people, because this didn't happen this long ago, and they're actually not bad, they're okay, but there is just something that was confusing them when it comes to you. So it's just about you kind of like, if you can, you are gonna get a really mind-blowing little spiritual reward after that, because you're digging into something very important, and that in itself is gonna help make you to dig even more deeper. You're gonna find out something so special and so beautiful about yourself, and that information is exactly what you need at this moment in time. It's your own awakening, but at the same time, you know, I'm saying that if you can maybe like edit this situation in between you and these people or this person, and try to kind of take this as a challenge, and try to maybe, you know, be friendly with them, and you will see there is something so important that you are going to get out of it. Please, this is so significant. I know that this sounds really complex, but it is something that you're going to get and gain so much out of it, because you are going to realize an important power of yourself, and 2 or 3 days later, after that moment in time, there is a very important desires that you're going to realize, that you will kind of like be aware of the fact that you can actually do this, you can go for it, and and you wouldn't be able to realize this if you didn't have this significant experience. So it's you kind of trying to understand people who are thinking differently, but also at the same time trying to not become necessarily friends with them, but just trying to kind of like really throw yourself into this like kind of energy. There is something that was missing in your life that you're actually going to get out of it, my gorgeous Virgolini. So this is why this is so important. Cecilia. No, honestly. So on another hand, my gorgeous Virgolini, sorry. Na 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 Bobby Maggie. Okay, sorry, my gorgeous Virgolini. Listen, so now also I just go off like that. I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. I go with the Bobby McGee. My God, I go with Janice. Gosh, you see this? Did you see this, Janice? That was her. Janice. Hello, my darling, you're here. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini. So now basically, look at this. What was driving you absolutely crazy over the last 3 months? Big problem, massive problem that have arisen like at around the summer. I know, it risen at around August, July, August and September. Very big problem became in your life, started in your life, because there was a bit of a disagreement with someone. But these people I don't like. This was someone who is just trying to take some kind of advantage of you. And you just have to stand your bloody ground, my gorgeous Virgolini. You just have to stand your bloody ground, because all the way from the summer, this problem just bounced back, baby. It bounced back. And it was really kind of like, it was left in a bit of a disagreement in between you and somebody else. But this is, you are right. You should not let these people to take advantage of you. And this is something to do that's yours, something that belongs to you, and you just have to like kind of open your eyes and see things for what they are. But most importantly, the last 3 months, this was like very draining your energy. It was bringing you down. Every time when you would think about it, you would be so angry, so stroppy, like, oh, you would just have to like kind of immediately think about something else in order to kind of not kind of pay attention to that situation, because you know that you are right. They are wrong. So that was the last 3 months. This was draining your energy. The bottom line is that there is going to be an absolutely mind-blowing resolution of this problem. It's about you realizing, it's to do with the conclusion first, that it's almost immediately gonna it's gonna come to you what to do. It's gonna come to you, and you will know what this is, because you're gonna need to kind of come up with some kind of agreement over this disagreement. But at the same time, it's about this conclusion that you're going to have, that it's immediately going to bring a wonderful healing into your life, and only that you're going to find very satisfactory. This in itself, it's connected to an important compromise, but you have to do this. You have to go through this. You have to make the most of it, and now while you're finding this vibration really beneficial, because this is going to inspire you. There's so many different elements of you connected to this. Oh my God, this is connected to something deep, very complex, but it's also very personal to you, and at the same time it's going to inspire you. This in itself, it's gonna be fantastic, because it's going to put you in like a kind of, oh my God, there are two paths going to be right immediately, almost ahead of you. But you can't rush with anything. You can't rush with things. Now it's all about you making sure that you realize exactly what path you're gonna go on right now. There are two paths. There are two, both most important. One path is where you are right now, and another path is where you're gonna be later on. So it's all about you kind of finding a balance in between and understanding that there needs to be patience in between now and in between the greatest achievement of your life, which is going to be super evident and super obvious by the time you get to the actual September and October 2022. This is going to be big mama months indeed, and this is going to be pretty much so connected to my gorgeous Virgolini, to like you're doing the right thing, following your spirit, following your soul, and this is actually going to make your life so much happier, and it's going to be connected to material gain, and it's going to be connected to the actual financial security as well. This is just part of the picture, and it's also going to lead towards an important opportunity. So also when you become aware of this problem, conclusion, just remember that exactly 4 days later, within the next 4 days later, you are going to become aware of an important opportunity, and that in itself is going to mean to you so much, because it's to do with an advanced part of your life. You're going on the next step. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you should be doing this, and this is going to advance your life. I know that there's going to be a certain request that it's going to be connected to, that you're going to find it quite challenging, but you are going to do absolutely fine, because it's to do with an element of the part of your life that you haven't got experience with, but you just have to follow your intuition. Your intuition is not going to lead you astray, but at the same time, this is all about the process of divine healing that you are entering, because you have been worrying so much. So now this is just going to be nice little spiritual flip-flop moment, and this divine intervention is going to come through in a form of the divine healing. By the time you get to the mid-week, you're going to come across someone very, very unrealistical. Yeah, I suppose you can say that. Someone very unrealistic, very unrealistic person who is going to have a very strange ideas and very illogical thinking, and that is just going to bring something rebellion within you, because it's going to also be connected at around the time when you're going to hear a bit of like unfavorable news, and it's just like the unfavorable news that you're going to hear is just going to be kind of connected to somebody on the outside, dark, negative, oh my god, but it's not directly connected to your life, but what is happening out there, like through that person or group of people, it's been affecting your life. So what you're gonna feel here, it's gonna be like, oh my god, it's just going to really, I don't know, it's going to be like connected to some person who is very vicious, or a group of people who are really, really vicious, it's going to be like, oh my god. But then at the same time, when you become aware of this, you will know something that you didn't know before. Your eyes are going to be open, and there is going to be very specific truth that it's also going to be playing an important role here, because that in itself is going to, oh my god, make you feel like, oh my god, like a little bit like this, your mouth are going to be open, like, but then not that long after that moment in time, you are going to have a complete and rather sudden change in your life, and this is going to really surprise you, because the change is going to manifest rather unexpectedly, but then again, it's just going to be also, it's going to show you the end of the situation, the end of an era. It doesn't really matter. So that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you aware of some kind of incorrect advice. So this is going to work in your favor, because you're going to become aware of the actual incorrect advice here, my gorgeous Virgolini, and you will know that you will not want to repeat certain things that made you feel really unhappy. Okay? So this is also going to be quite important, because the experience that you've had over the last 10 months, you will not want to repeat some kind of mistake again, and you will not want to make yourself unhappy. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's like a big mama here, okay? You have been waiting for certain news for the last 6 months here, and this is going to be very, very good news, and this is going to be to do with your advancement. It's something that you really expected, but what is more important here, it's like with your personal promotion, but through that even more important. It's not only about, oh yeah, you know, the next stage, next level. Yeah, that's great. But the next stage and next level in your life, it's also going to become, make evident, you know, the on one hand, certain ideas are going to be very shining, very brightly indeed, and they're going to inspire you. So, but the actual feeling and emotions, this is going to be a guiding light at the same time. But also, most importantly, what is the most important is the certain desires that you're going to realize. These desires are going to help you to change your life. These desires are going to make you feel so much happier. These desires are going to put you right back where you should be. They're going to reconnect you with yourself, with the world, with your spirit, you know, with the people around you, with the people who are meant to be in your life. It is very important for me to understand, for you to understand that, you know, the last part of this week, please try to reconnect to as many people in your life who are really important, because there are 3 people in your life that are going to be playing a really specific role. Through three people in your life, you are going to realize the bigger picture of something really kind of like a much more bigger than you could possibly imagine. But they're also going to be playing an important role when it comes to you understanding things about yourself that you didn't understand before. And this is going to be really important, because on one hand, you know, you need to remember to honor your sensitivity. You know, this is the time to kind of like recharge and re-heal. But at the same time, you know, you will see how important you are in other people's life, how much they mean to you. No, sorry, how much you mean to them. And this is going to mean to you so much. And this is going to answer very, very specific question, what you should do and what your next step should be. This is going to be very interesting, because it's also bringing a certain revelation as well. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Cecilia, gosh, you see, there you go. They just come out by themselves, my little babies. Wait a second. Oh gosh, it's all the way there. I'm so clumsy as usual. You see this baby here? Cecilia, you see this baby here, so important, my gorgeous Virgolini. Look at this. It's about the future. It's about making the next step. It's about thinking about a certain plan. It's about feeling inspired again. It's about feeling this like determination. It's about having an absolutely perfect balance when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to things that you are trying to achieve in your life. But also just pay attention to this, because there is going to be an absolutely remarkable moment when it comes to you realizing what the future plan is going to be. By the end of this week, you are going to come to terms with a certain part of your life slowly came to an end, but most importantly, like, my God, this future plan, it's going to change your life. Not that long ago, you started with something new, and you are working on something new right now, but that still needs a little bit of your assistance. This is all going to be connected. Indeed, the end of this week is going to reveal a very, very kind of powerful new direction right in front of you. It's about a plan, but it's about starting to feel very specific parts of your future that you didn't feel before. It's going to be calling you. It's going to be almost impossible to ignore. Indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to be oracle card, my gorgeous Virgolini. Oh Lord, just be yourself, please, 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 dun, dun, da, da. Be yourself. Be yourself. The more you are yourself throughout the week, this week, the more magical week it's going to be. The more you're yourself. Be yourself. Sorry. Be yourself as much as you can. By being yourself, you allow your energy to soar. By being yourself, you allow your energy to go on the next level. By being yourself, you're going to create something very unique and something very beautiful. This is going to become your own guiding light. By you being yourself, your passion is your power. Your power is your passion. Just remember this. The more you're yourself, the more you're going to get out of it. There are going to be quite a few specific situations that you will be going through through. Don't let your energy to be stolen away from you. And the only way to preserve and keep your energy is just to stay true to yourself. Just be, the more you are yourself, the more powerful you're going to be. Okay, just remember this, my gorgeous Virgolinis, please. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be reading, it's going to be Capricornius. Capricornius. I like this, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. It's like a big mama accomplishment here. I like this. You know, you can expect a very positive situation to happen within the first couple of days this week. Very important news. And this is not even going to seem like huge, massive, but to you, this is going to be so important because, you know, there is going to be very interesting element of surprise that you are going to have at the same time, but that in itself, it's also going to be make you aware of the fact that you are about to move beyond current challenges, beyond the challenges that have been like slowing you down over the last 12 months. So what you need to do after this moment in time, just basically focus on what you desire. This is very, very important for you to remember, my gorgeous Capricornius. But on another hand, just remember that accomplishment that you are having, it's not going to be huge, massive, enormous, but this is the tiny little baby, you know, this is the tiny little thing. It's to do with the beginning, it's to do with the start. It's more to do with what is actually going to come out of it. So this little tiny accomplishment is going to actually be way more bigger than you could possibly imagine, because by the time you get to the end of the week, it's all about you responding to the situation in a completely different way to what you would normally respond to this situation, you know. So this is where Big Mama comes from, because you are gonna kind of learn from some kind of experience through your own karma. So you will not want to make this like kind of the same mistakes again. This way you're doing something really big, really good, really huge, you know, very clever and very smart as you are, of course, but you're going to do something very long term, something that is going to last for a long time, and it's going to be beneficial for you and like the people who are very much so in your life and the people who mean to you so much as well. A big moment indeed. So this accomplishment that is only going to be tiny, it's going to basically start changing your life, really. It's going to give you hope, it's going to give you inspiration, but it's also at the same time going to bring your concentration back. I'm not saying that your concentration was missing, but this is going to be the direct answer to why in the last 3 months in particular your concentration was like kind of not as good, you know. There was a lack of concentration, so you will just want to break through, you know, through this, and this is exactly going to be brilliant. At the same time, yes, it is going to cause a bit of a temporary distraction, because you're going to starting to get to know a very sacred and very unique part of yourself that is going to surprise you. Oh gosh, you know, I want to take this on the next level, you know. Oh my God, what can I do, you know? Like suddenly this is going to make you to kind of realize that there is a slight change of priority, but then this is going to be good because it's about your personal readjustment and adjustment that you're going to make in a form of sacrifice, but it's most certainly going to lead towards your own rebirth when it comes to saying bye to those things that are just like very becoming so annoying and so boring and so horrible and so no baby no, you know, like so low vibration. Just remove yourself from that. This is going to be so positive for you because on one hand, you know, yes, it's going to cause a bit of a temporary distraction, but then again, you are that temporary distraction, it's also at the same time going to really make you aware and suspicious of maybe person or a group of people who are not directly connected to your life, but they're just a kind of what they're doing and what they're creating, what they're kind of like manifesting, it's affecting your life. So this is the essence that is going to be so important. So it's all about this kind of like you being suspicious about the certain person or certain group of people, and then you will know this suspicion is going to come from you kind of realizing first of all that certain responsibilities have been neglected, but at the same time, you know, it's an untrusting person, untrusting people, but then again at the same time it's about someone really really vicious, so this is going to be brilliant for you in so many different ways. On another hand, the mid part of this week, it's going to be like a pretty much so when you're going to become aware of someone who is not real here, and this person is in your life, somebody to pay attention to, because somebody's like you're going to come across this person, and oh my god, because you're so deep, like you're so psychic, you're so spiritual, you're going to come across this person who you're going to feel like something is so fake about this person, something is like so kind of, it's to do with an overkindness, it's to do with a fakeness, and that in itself is just pretty much so going to put you in a conflict with yourself, because you will understand what you didn't understand before, but you will also understand that for some reason, this person is very strong, they have got a very strong energy, and they sometimes take over, and you will realize why did you have a lack of determination and activity. This person was draining your energy, and now you will know exactly why was this happening. So this is an important part of yourself that is going to uncover element of the idea that was hidden. So someone very strong was covering your own energy. This is somebody who is within your environment, who is somebody who's around you somehow, and you just need to kind of understand this. It's just basically the answer to this is what you know is what you know. This is important, this is sacred in itself, but it's most kind of significant here in this situation, what you're going to do after that moment in time. It's all about you taking care of your life. I'm not saying that you weren't taking care of your life, but you will see exactly what I mean. The answer is your own creativity. The answer is you paying attention to what is going to come to you, because there are going to be lots of ideas that you are going to have on your mind as well, and don't kind of ignore them, because you are going to plant a very important spiritual seed when it comes to this week, my gorgeous Capricornians. So pay attention to the ideas, pay attention how you feel, because there is a one important ideas that you are going to have, and that important idea, it's also going to be playing an absolutely mind-blowing role at the end of this week, because that idea is going to help you realize, it's going to kind of get you to find out more information. You will want to know more, and when you kind of want to know more, you're just going to find yourself like, oh my god, in a completely different world, in a completely different life, in a completely different dimension, where everything is so strange, bizarre and weird. But you will get this because it's going to make you even more aware of the certain truths and things like that. There is a lot that you're going to understand here in terms of revelations, but most importantly, it's going to help you to realize minor deception before damage is done. So this is what you need to do. This is what it's going to kind of come on top. This is what is going to take over, because it's pretty much so going to make you think in a different way. But this is brilliant, and that in itself is going to almost immediately going to make you realize an unexpected change, and I really like it. So just you thinking in the right way, just you realizing things that you didn't realize before, to some of you are going to be completely surprised, and some of you are going to have a mind-blowing confirmations, but also an elements of like, oh my god, how far can things go type of thing, and it's just going to lead towards an unexpected change, because it's going to require from you to respond to your life slightly differently. And with everything that you have been through so far, you will not want to make the same mistakes again. And this is why I'm saying, because you've been through something really, really wise, and now is the time when you're going to use this. So this unexpected change, it's actually going to be really mind-blowing moment in time for you, because very soon after that moment in time, you're going to become aware of the future opportunities ahead. You're going to become aware of like a very interesting coming events in your life, and this in itself is also going to bring new people in your life, but also very important stage, when it comes to new opportunities ahead, that now at this moment in time, you're really going to find so much, you're going to get so much out of it. The expression, talking, exploring, it's as much as you possibly can, you know, do these things as much as you possibly can. Throw yourselves into all sorts of opportunities that you come across, because you're gonna get so much out of them. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, basically, and also just remember that the obstacles, very important obstacles, are about to be removed. Just remember that very important obstacles are about to be removed, which is going to lead towards a spiritual support and connections, you know, that are going to increase so much. So you can expect a lot that you're going to understand from a much higher level. You can expect your dreams to be very strong. You can expect to have a lots of ideas every single morning. I told you millions of times, you know, when we wake up in the morning, the first few minutes are so important, because we just come from all sorts of dimensions, you know, we are part of all sorts of dimensions, you know, the universe and things like that. So when we sleep, you know, we connect to so many things, you know, subconsciously. We have astral projections, but we don't necessarily remember. Just sometimes we remember. But the moment of wiseness is undeniable, the first few minutes, you know, when you wake up, because you're still part of all sorts of dimensions. So it's good to pay attention to what is on your mind, because there is a very important key that is going to come to you. Just remember this. Oh my Lord, you see this, Cecilia, you see this, my gorgeous Capricornius. It's just brilliant. It's an enlightening week in so many different ways. I mean, I know it's very complex, but trust me, it's going to be very enlightening in so many different ways. Very important news is going to change everything. It's going to make you feel really, you know, it's going to bring an excellent satisfaction, you know, healing, you know, but also, you know, by the time you get to the end of this week, it's all about you just feeling very strong sense of direction and wanting to do more of what you were doing. You know, it's pretty much so to do things in your own way, but also knowing that the right thing is to just swim a bit of a, you know, bit against the current. You know, this is it. That's how you increase your power, because swimming against the current is like you just do things that only make sense to you. You know, this is something you need to remember. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be your Cecilia of the week, Oracle card of the week. What is going to be Oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Capricornius? Oracle card, patience. Look at this. This is always a good card, because it comes that your patience is going to be rewarded. You know, it's going to be a bit of a tricky moment that you're going to have, because you're going to be thinking about yourself and about the future planning, but you will just want things like now. No, baby, no. The great things take a long time, so have patience, okay? This is very important. And also, you do not want to miss a very kind of like a unique and quirky opportunity, okay? Just because you thought that things are going to take so much longer. This one is going to be very interesting indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.